Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Christopher Michael Curtis Bowen, and on this evening edition of Fire of Liberty, a little bit earlier than the edition would normally be. However, the acceleration of our Renaissance is still continuing at an incredibly rapid pace, which is what it's supposed to do with the intention of not only necessarily the specifics of what is not only a revolution, but the magnificent types of magic in the making of what isn't the enhanced equation, which is not only the imagination equation, but the imagination equation of imagination times spirit to the power of truth equals freedom plus love, and then that freedom plus love is automatically still a sum of, it can be broken down still into the imagination spirit to the power of truth, or spirit to the power of truth times imagination. And of course, love and freedom, combining the larger sum, and sum's not necessarily, once again, beyond numbers, but beyond actual might and intention, with freedom and of course with love. That measurable type of revolutionary, not measurable, not only immeasurable, but unlimited type of potential with that type of equation is what is part of not only Ravenclawism, but some new and actually kind of innate, inert, and instinctual magic in the makings of magic. And of course, it's not just Ravenclawism or Ravencanacular, but Gryffindorism, Slytheristic or Renia, which believe it or not, this is very present, and Hufflepufflorians, Hufflepufflarians, Huffs and Puffs. Understand that is actually M&M. Now M&M is magic times movement. And also, magic in the making is magic to the power of movement. So, freedom plus the sum of truth times imagination equals magic. Magic times movement equals magic in the making. Magic in the making. Magic to the power of movement is realm, which is to the power of magic and truth, accelerated into a spectacular realm. And of course, truth can also be equals to imagination plus numbers plus mass plus weight plus true magical intention. Now, one of the key things, of course, about this revolutionary is not just that fact that it's just going to be a stationary revolution. Of course, this is movements on grand masses of numbers, on grand masses of forms, of thought forms. Now, that means every 50,000 is an R&R, M&M, and an SE. SE is more of a start of a spiritual enlightenment, sky high. To be more connected, not necessarily with the same, well, of course everything's different in the transition, but this connection is very, very potent. So 50 is a grand number. 50 in the 1 in 50. 1 in 3 and 1 in 4 to be connected with the 4 in even 9. 4 and 9 and then 9 and 50 and 50 and 100, and then even a grand expansion of that SC into what is OF, which is really not specific to just land, but also, of course, that's the intent, which which is one of the foundations that was laid, which is, of course, air superluminescence, land superluminescence, ocean superluminescence. Ocean fire is the foundation of that. So that, which is absolutely happening right now, always in the now moment, but ocean fire is a ignition of M&M napalm. It's a totally different realm and existence of living, because it's not necessarily what is the imagination that was stemmed from the truth of what was written in literature. It's combined with the unlimited potential that exists in every single sentient being, that exists in all life, and then that ultimately, which is one grand truth, which is word, which is life, and which is light. And not to be physical objects. Platforms, no, is not a physical object. Plaque is not a physical object. Platinum is not a physical object. We're entering into a realm where we're creating through ether, through etheric, through auric powers, and through spiritual powers. That's what makes us, of course, creative beings, which we all are, which we all recognize, which we all are united to, which is what we all are incredibly resilient about. That connection with each other is something that, of course, leads us to, or what I will lead, or what will be led, which shall be this leadership role into the beginning of R&R-M&M, SCOF, P&P, and P, combined with accelerated transformation and transition. Of course, always, I'm just on the bigger picture. The brilliance is this manifestation, which is a good thing for all, is that there's no limit. This grand etheric transition is not only just built off the limitless ideas, which is one of the key things for today, but of course the grand acceleration throughout the entirety of what we're going to do, of what we are and what we're going to become, and what we are to be, what we can be, what we want to become, anything we can become. And the limitlessness that exists in our third eye, in our eyes, in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, in our spirit. This is going to be a much faster pace, incredibly fast OF, incredibly fast ocean fire. This ocean fire is something that can grow. And of course, this is a blaze of etheric energy. If at a height would be even, which is very important, which would be even beyond 50 feet. Thick colors, multicolored, even more variated than the, and there's a reason why, more variated than the Northern Lights, because the colors that are resonant is because of the resonant energy that comes from the aura, from each being, and from divinity itself. Because, of course, we are creator beings. We are united, and we are manifesting our will. And there's no stopping me. There's no stopping this start of the road path that I laid down. And it's impossible for me to lose my focus, even though there's nothing that is impossible. But I know for certain that there are very key things that we have picked up along the way. Very key things that have been resilient entirely. Resiliency, R&R is resiliency and revolution. M&M is magic and movement. Has been cognizant, of course, the entire time. One of the main things, which is very special and known is the omniscience, the omnipotence, the beauty of the legacy, and the transition of accelerated ocean fire. And of course, that ignition is always sparked and continually sparked with the SE, Sky Eyes. So the multiple levels of ideas are going to be implemented in not only transportation and the acceleration of the level of technology and mindset that we're allowed to be involved with, but of course the reality-based, which is really amazing to recognize exactly how honestly powerful we are and exactly how honest this fire is, especially with this truly honest imagination product, which is ocean fire. This ocean fire, 50 infinite realm, 50 feet vertically, and of course there are more advanced layers. Ocean fire, ocean skill fire, and ocean sky fire. And ultimately, yes, every single human being on the planet is involved. There's no hiding. There's no denying. There's no real regrets. There's actions that allow us to connect and move forward and to be one with who we want to become, with who we are. And we can live in this now moment, and we can live throughout life understanding that this type of rejuvenating factor is constantly uniting towards an accelerated, recognizable leadership role, leadership potential, and just a spiritual fire of oneness, spiritual fire of activity, and limitless blitz. So this is a blitz, and it's really starts now, and it just goes, and then it goes in every direction. Omniscient, omniscience, omnipotent, and an omnipresent potential, focus, intent. And then freedom. Freedom and love. Freedom and love. I want more. Yeah, I do. I want more love. I want more of it. And there shall be a lot more of it. And more creativity will expand limitlessly. United production, homeward bound, taking, then all of me, then bright hearts. Some key roadmaps along the way. One more time, produce, taking, homeward, all of me united, and bright hearts. Bright hearts. One of the amazing things is the key, wonderful celebration, success moments of the 23rd of July 2017 is ideas. Idea, parentheses, S, close parentheses. Very, very saying the least, this is the start of a good journey. Well, continuance of the journey that we've been on. And of course, this is not only this journey, the next expedition. Grand evolution of revolution and this renaissance. I am your host, Christopher Michael Curtis Bowen, on this evening edition of Fire of Liberty. Continuing with accelerated transformation with transfiguration of heaven essence. Ravenclawisticalism. specialty, especially, uniquely, and co-creating paradise on planet Earth, and of course Seven Essence combined with multi-creationalistical transcendence. Love you all.